a convergent call to create, an invitation to join the at Pravinkumar.Joshi.u3j ecosystem. All rights are reserved with me, myself Pravinkumar MORESHWAR Joshi. No part of this public talk may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means without the prior written permission of the copyright holder, except in the case of brief quotations used in reviews or scholarly analysis with proper attribution. The disclaimers. Legal and financial disclaimer. This public talk is informational and more invitational only. It does not constitute legal, financial, tax or investment advice. Any contractual relationship, investment or commercial arrangement with the channel will be governed by separate written agreements drafted by qualified legal counsel. Accuracy and representation. Efforts have been made to present factual, realistic, and logically consistent statements. However, all operational details, timelines, revenue projections, and partnership terms are illustrative and subject to verification, negotiation, and formal documentation. Intellectual property. Contributors retain moral and legal rights as specified in any executed agreement. Unless explicitly assigned in writing, creators retain copyright in their original works. Licensing assignment or revenue sharing terms must be agreed in contract. Safety and ethics. All production activities must comply with applicable laws, safety standards, and ethical norms. Cultural and spiritual content will be handled with respect and scholarly care. Interpretations are not substitutes for formal religious or academic authority. No guarantee. Participation does not guarantee income, exposure, or specific outcomes. Success depends on audience response, platform algorithms, production quality, and consistent execution. Disclaimers recap for quick reference. Not legal, financial advice. All partnerships require written contracts. Intellectual property rights remain subject to contract terms. Safety, compliance, and ethics are mandatory. No guaranteed returns or outcomes. Now the public talk. Invitation to contractual collaboration. The opening. Why a multi-category channel needs a multidisciplinary community. The modern public square of ideas and skills is networked, not siloed. A single YouTube channel that spans education, technology, autos, comedy, film and animation, gaming, how-to and style, music, news and politics, activism, vlogs, pets, science, and cultural spiritual topics becomes a living laboratory when it invites disciplined collaborators. This channel is not merely a content feed. It is an engineered ecosystem for learning, making, testing, and sharing rooted in evidence, craft, and mutual accountability. The mission in concise. Learn, build, apply, and entertain with honest reviews, practical projects, and organized playlists that connect curiosity to capability. We seek partners who bring craft, rigor, and integrity to that mission. who we invite and what we expect. Contractual associates. We invite contractual associates. Strategic partners who co-design series, curate curricula, or co-produce investigative pieces. Expect clear scopes of work, milestone-based deliverables, and shared metrics, views, watch time, retention, and educational outcomes. We also invite contractual vendors, suppliers of goods and services, equipment rental, set construction, props, post-production services. Contracts will specify delivery standards, inspection criteria, invoicing cadence, and warranty repair clauses. We also invite contractual investors, individuals or entities interested in funding series, equipment, or channel growth. Investment terms will be transparent, documented, and compliant with applicable securities and tax laws. Potential structures include revenue sharing, project specific loans, or equity in a separate production entity. No promises of returns, due diligence is required. Then we also invite contractual artists, musicians, animators, filmmakers, illustrators, and writers are invited to co-create original works. Creative briefs, crediting, licensing, and revenue splits will be contractually defined to protect both creator and channel. We also invite contractual technicians and camera crew, professionals responsible for capture, lighting, sound, and post. Technical standards, resolution, codecs, color profiles, audio levels, safety protocols, and equipment checklists will be part of every engagement. We also invite viewers as active stakeholders. The audience is not passive. Viewers are testers, reviewers, and community validators. They will be invited to structured feedback loops, surveys, beta screenings, community polls that inform editorial decisions. How collaboration will work operationally. First, the proposal stage. Interested parties submit a concise proposal scope, timeline, budget, deliverables, and relevant portfolio or references. Second, screening and selection. Proposals are evaluated against mission fit, technical competence, and ethical alignment. Selection criteria are documented and applied consistently. Third, contract. A written agreement defines scope, payment terms, intellectual property ownership, licensing, confidentiality, termination clauses, and dispute resolution. Standard templates will be used but negotiable. Then the fourth, execution. Work proceeds in milestones with acceptance tests and quality checks. Communication channels and reporting cadence are agreed upfront. Fifth, the review and iterate. Post-project reviews capture lessons learned and measurable outcomes. Successful pilots may scale into recurring collaborations. Principles that guide every engagement, evidence-based and logical. First, transparency. Clear expectations, budgets, and metrics reduce ambiguity and align incentives. Second, modularity. Projects are structured into discrete, testable modules so risk is contained and learning compounds. Third, reproducibility. Production standards and documentation enable consistent quality across episodes and creators. Fourth, ethical rigor. Cultural and spiritual content is researched, sourced, and presented with citations and sensitivity. Fifth, data informed decisions. Viewer analytics, retention curves, click through rates, engagement signals guide content iteration, not intuition alone. Examples of contractual models. Illustrative. Fixed price production contract for a short film or documentary episode with defined deliverables and acceptance criteria. Revenue share agreement for a music video where artists and channels split net ad and sponsorship revenue per a defined formula. Service contract for equipment rental with deposit, daily rates, and damage liability clauses. Sponsorship agreement for a tech review series with disclosure requirements and editorial independence clauses. Intellectual property and credits. Creators will receive authorship credit as agreed in contracts. Default practice, on-screen credit, description credit, and metadata attribution. Intellectual property ownership will be negotiated. Creators may license content to the channel for specified uses or assign rights in exchange for compensation, always documented. Risk management and compliance. All collaborators must adhere to safety protocols on set, data protection laws for any personal data collected, and platform policy, YouTube community guidelines, copyright rules. Insurance and indemnity clauses will be required for higher risk shoots. Practical next steps for interested parties. Prepare a one-page pitch, objective, deliverables, timeline, budget, and 2 work samples. Include a short bio and references for verification. State preferred contractual model, fixed fee, revenue share, sponsorship, investor. Be ready to sign an NDA for sensitive projects and to provide proof of insurance for on-location shoots. A scientific motivational close. This channel is an experiment in connective creativity, a place where empirical curiosity meets craft, where small, repeatable experiments build cumulative knowledge, and where diverse skills converge to make content that teaches and delights. Joining as a contractual associate, vendor, investor, artist, technician, camera crew member, or engaged viewer is an invitation to co-design outcomes, measure impact, and iterate toward excellence. We ask for professionalism, curiosity, and a commitment to evidence and ethics. In return, you gain a platform to test ideas, reach audiences, and build durable creative work. Final call to action. If you are ready to collaborate with discipline, clarity, and creative rigor, prepare your proposal and reach out through the channel's official contact pathways listed in its About section. All engagements will proceed only after mutual agreement and signed contracts. Thank you for listening. This is the end of this public talk. Thanks.